Before we found out that Bowen's heart was broken, we had no idea that the congenital heart defect world existed. We thought that heart disease was something for old people.
He had his surgery on day 5, and that day, wow.
So the night of Bowen's first surgery,
I remember they said it went well.
It really felt like kind of that first in the trenches battle was won.
But then soon thereafter, they sat down with us and started telling us that his numbers weren't where they wanted them to be.
And they also told us that we should really get some rest.
At 2:13 a.m.
The phone rang, and Sarah jumped out of bed and started putting her clothes on and yelling at me to do the same. And she told me that Bowen's heart had stopped beating.
And so we raced out of the Ronald McDonald
house. So we
ran
ran across the street.
Flew into the, up the elevator, down the hall, and we walked into a scene that, oh man, it was...
We were not prepared at all for what we saw that night.
I remember standing at the end of Bowen's bed.
He was totally lifeless.
And my husband was at my back, sobbing.
I couldn't even imagine that they would be able to bring life back into his body because it just seemed so hopeless.
This was it. We were going to bury our son, and I had to tell the girls, and I can't believe it. I can't believe he's gone.
Have you ever listened to your heart?
I feel my heart pumping.
Yeah. Do you know what you listen to your heart with?
I know. A Texascope.
A Texascope. Close?
No, it's a
telescope.
Yeah, it's not a telescope.
What is it?
It's a stethoscope.
Stethoscope. Awesome.
It's a viewing. It's a telescope.
Telescope.
Yeah, it's what.
Okay.
You would never know that many of these kids were only born with half a heart and that they've spent much of their early life in a hospital.
Are shots mean or are they nice?
Mean.
Mean? Why? Oh, they don't feel good? Can you do anything to make them better? No?
And you know what this is called? It's called a focus group, because we're focusing on you and what you think would be good.
The genome projects that are going on in zebrafish has allowed us to understand the genes and the processes in a way that we never have been able to before.
So do you have some ideas for us? How can we be even better than we are today?
When I tell people what I do in the laboratory, I tell them that I work with zebrafish as a way of learning about human disease. Very few people know what zebrafish actually are, what they look like. It's not quite what you picture. But the thing that we like about them is that we're able to use them to understand how children work and how hearts in general work.
It's a very highly organized muscle. We can study how the muscle develops. We can study how the heart develops.
What do we need?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I know.
What do we need?
I know.
What?
I know.
You don't know either?
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta think hard. Do we have enough playrooms? Yeah? Do we have enough coloring books? Yeah? Do we have enough nice nurses?
No.
Don't Don't know? What about doctors?
Too much doctor.
Too much doctors. Okay, we have to work on that.
We now have tools that we can use to really unlock what have been medical mysteries for hundreds of years.
I think there was probably a good 25 people around us, and I remember thinking in that moment, they're working like a well-oiled machine. I mean, it felt like a machine. They were so good.
Would you rather be a kid or a doctor?
A doctor.
A doctor? Why?
I would be a doctor because I'd probably be a doctor because you can help people and you can save their lives.
That's
like
nice.
you've been saved mine.
My greatest memories from that night really are just watching how that team of doctors and nurses just literally just enveloped our child.
Mila, would you rather take a bunch of small pills or one big pill? One big pill?
A giant pill.
A giant pill? Why? Would you take a lot of small pills or one big pill?
Big pill.
Big pill? Why?
Little pill.
Little pill? Why?
Because you can eat it.
Okay.
There is not actually an hour, maybe even less than that, that goes by that I am not grateful and remember our time at Mott Hospital and know how fortunate we are to have Bowen.
Too much doctor.
Too much doctors. Okay, we have to work on that. But they're pretty good, aren't they? You may have too many, but they're pretty good, aren't they? Yeah.